The night was dark and stormy, and the wind howled through the trees. Sam and Lisa were driving home from a party, when they saw a strange sight on the road ahead. A man was standing in the middle of the road, holding a lantern. He waved at them, signaling them to stop. "Maybe he needs help," Lisa said, as Sam slowed down the car. "Or maybe he's a psycho," Sam muttered, as he rolled down the window. "Hello there," the man said, smiling. "I'm sorry to bother you, but I need a favor. You see, I've lost my head." Sam and Lisa stared at him in disbelief. He looked normal enough, except for the fact that he had no head on his shoulders. His neck was just a bloody stump. "What do you mean, you've lost your head?" Sam asked, feeling a chill run down his spine. "Well, it's a long story, but the short version is that I'm cursed. Every night, when the clock strikes 12, my head detaches from my body and flies away. It's quite annoying, really. I have to chase it all over the place, and sometimes it gets into trouble. Like tonight, for example. It flew into a haunted house, and I can't get it back. That's why I need your help. Would you be so kind as to go into that house and bring me my head?" Sam and Lisa looked at each other, then at the house. It was an old and dilapidated mansion, with broken windows and a rusty gate. It looked like something out of a horror movie. "Are you kidding me?" Sam said. "You want us to go into that creepy place and look for your flying head?" "No way. Please, I beg you," the man said. "It's almost midnight, and if I don't get my head back before then, I'll die. You're my only hope." Sam and Lisa felt a pang of pity for the man. He seemed sincere, and he was in a desperate situation. "Maybe we should help him," Lisa said. "It won't take long, right?" "I don't know," Sam said. "It sounds dangerous." "Come on, Sam," Lisa said. "We can't just leave him here. He'll die." Sam sighed. He hated to admit it, but Lisa was right. They couldn't just ignore the man's plea. "Fine," he said. "We'll help you. But you have to stay here and wait for us." Thank you so much," the man said. "You won't regret this. My head is in the attic, in a chest. Just open it and grab it. It won't bite." Sam and Lisa got out of the car and walked towards the house. They felt a sense of dread as they approached it. They opened the gate and entered the yard. The grass was overgrown and full of weeds. They heard a faint creaking sound from the porch. They climbed the steps and reached the door. It was unlocked. They pushed it open and entered the house. It was dark and dusty inside. They saw cobwebs and rats everywhere. They heard a loud thud from upstairs. They looked at each other nervously. They decided to split up. Lisa went to the left, towards the stairs. Sam went to the right, towards the kitchen. They agreed to meet back at the door in 10 minutes. They hoped to find the head quickly and get out of there. They didn't know what horrors awaited them in the house. As Sam walked towards the kitchen, he heard strange noises coming from the walls. He thought he heard whispers and laughter, but he couldn't be sure. He opened the fridge and saw a severed head inside. It was staring at him with empty eyes. He screamed and ran out of the kitchen. Lisa heard his scream and ran towards him. "What happened?" she asked, panting. "I saw a head in the fridge," Sam said, pointing at the kitchen. "A head?" Lisa said, incredulous. "What kind of head?" "A human head," Sam said, shuddering. "It was staring at me." Lisa felt a chill run down her spine. She didn't want to believe it, but she knew it was true. They decided to leave the house immediately. As they ran towards the door, they heard a loud noise. From upstairs. It sounded like something heavy was being dragged across the floor. They looked at each other in horror. They knew they had to get out of there fast. They reached the door and pushed it open. But they were too late. The man was waiting for them outside, holding his head in his hands. "Thank you for finding my head," he said, smiling. "Now I can rest in peace." And with that, he vanished into thin air. Sam and Lisa looked at each other in disbelief. They couldn't believe what had just happened. They got into their car and drove away as fast as they could. But they knew they would never forget that night, or the flying heads that haunted their dreams.